Okay, so we're going to walk through is, first we're just going to start with the calf. So we're going to start with a single leg. Again, right foot is on top, moving up and down to the outside and to the inside. When we're doing this motion, we can work on ankle flexed or extended. Good. Kind of work your way further up the calf. Again, outside. And when you find a spot that feels a little tighter than the others, you're just going to kind of pause on there and you're going to work side to side. Call this scrubbing. So this is just giving us, a little bit different approach towards the muscle instead of up and down, which is the common way to roll. Again, it's just hitting some different compartments, moving some adhesions around, maybe some, soft tissue stuff that might be stuck, some blood that needs to flow a little better, and just change sides. Good job. If you guys want to add a little down pressure, if you want to make it a little tougher, you can put that other leg on top. And again, just working kind of in and out. And again, when you find kind of some of those tighter spots, again, flex the ankle, extend it, forward and back, and out. Good. You can spend about, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, 10 to 15 passes. You can spend a lot of time on one limb or one muscle. It's based all kind of off of feel and how long your arms can hold you up into a nice plank position, or just sliding your butt back and forth on the ground. If you got hardwood floor, it's a good option. And perfect. Good job. From there, we're going to move up the chain a little bit. We're going to go into the hamstrings. So we're going to hit some of the basic ones. We've got a whole bunch of different ways we can do these. We're going to stay pretty basic today. Underneath the hamstrings, let those heels drag on the floor a little bit. And again, we kind of want to feel a little soft in the knees. We don't want to feel like we're kind of letting the legs lock out. Good. You roll to one side, roll to the other. And a little bit higher. Outside of the hamstring. And again, you might have to do a lot of adjustments, a lot of hand walking, a lot of feet walking. That's fine. Again, this is a lot of working on core stability, working on good stabilization while we're getting a foam roll session in. Good. Good. From there, we're just going to kind of move again straight up the chain. We're going to stay on kind of the back side, the posterior side, and we're going to start working into the glutes. So you can sit nice and straight up. Again, arms behind you. If you need something next to you, you can also sit upright if you don't feel comfortable leaning back. And then rolling side to side. Again, use surfaces next to you to kind of help you. Luckily, I have a nice spare bed and a little Zen room for us to shoot in. The lights were already here, I swear. But again, we're just working up the glute now, back into foam roll mode. The sit bones or the tailbone, we want to work around those spots. We don't want to roll over them, but we want to roll really close to them. Good. When you find one of these spots that just kind of hurts a little bit more than the other, you're just going to want to scrub back and forth. Spend some time on those little hot spots. And again, we're going to focus on just one side on the right side now. Just kind of up and down. Nothing crazy with the legs. Just moving in and out. From there, kind of one leg underneath. Again, still focus on that right side, the inside of the hip. Good. Good. And now if we want to get a little more intense with that, you can kind of cross that leg over. Move ourselves up and down. Good. Move on to that other side. Again, kind of 10 to 15 passes, about 30 seconds to a minute is fine. But again, if you find some spots that you want to go back to in a little bit, you can. Just kind of continue on to follow the video all the way through so we have a good sense of where we want you to move from here. Or you can pause it and work through a spot. Whatever you guys feel like is good for you. Send us your questions if there's something you want to learn a little bit more about. Let us know. We'll go in a little bit more depth with the foam rolling, but right now, again, we're keeping it pretty basic. We don't have to get into crazy positions. Again, for those of us that are having trouble, just kind of sit yourself on the foam roller. Use your legs instead of your arms as needed. Arms are going to get tired. Good, but for those of us that can sit back in some of these positions, again, this might just give you a little bit more opportunity to rotate. Again, I'm not putting my back into a dangerous spot. I'm just feeling a nice, strong burn through this foam roller. Good job. All right, from there we're going to turn over. We're going to work on the quads a little bit. So just get in the front of the legs. Again, for those of us that are runners or heavy squatters, lungers, anybody who's doing, you name it, CrossFit or whatever you want, it's going to be one of the probably more tender spots. A lot of people the outside, more the IT band, but these quads are something you guys definitely want to work on. And again, right now I'm just working on both legs, just kind of feeling them out. And I'm going to start on my right side. Again, I'm going to get the outside of that quad again. I'm not going all the way out to the IT band yet. We'll get to that one. But right now I'm just kind of feeling out the leg, in and out. Good. Going to go to the other side. If any of you guys get kind of sore knees, this is definitely one that you want to be working on, pulling your self into a position that might be a little uncomfortable, throwing a little bit of the flex of the knee in there. Again, this should be mild discomfort. It shouldn't be painful. Some of it may feel like you're going to throw up. That's okay, as long as, again, you're not doing damage. There's a fine line. So what you can handle, if it's kind of like giggle funny painful, that's okay. But if it's like, oh my God, I can't tolerate this, then back off. Again, I'm just doing some different foot positions now, just kind of in and out with the hip as I'm on some kind of tighter spots on the quad where I kind of find a knot or one of those hot spots. And again, I'm creating motion from a different place. Good job. All right, now you guys are going to turn on to your side. This is the IT band. This is what everybody sees everybody doing. We're not going to spend a ton of time on here. Again, this is just a big band of tissue that's really thick and hard to kind of drive through with a foam roller. And it's always going to be uncomfortable. It's always going to be a little painful, but it's a good spot just to kind of get some blood moving, some tissue moving. But again, I don't recommend spending a ton of time. There are a lot of nerves that run through the area, but we can work on the tissue. Sometimes we can aggravate this by rolling it too much, and that's what I fear more for people than anything. Good. Right on to that other side. Okay, and you could spend a lot of time on this IT band. It might not ever feel any different. Some days, if you're feeling tightness in the knee or in the hip, it's a good place to work on. But if you're feeling pain in that spot in particular, try to move around it, roll around it, and let that spot kind of calm itself down. Good. All the way up to the hip, not to the bone, but just before it, and same thing to the base of the knee. Again, I'm putting a lot of pressure through my arms, and I'm using kind of my front leg so I can just kind of push my hips up as I need to, and you can kind of adjust as needed. Again, just using that to get comfortable. Cool. So from there, we're going to move into our upper back, so waist up. Oh, I forgot my favorite one. That's probably why I try to ignore this one. The lower extremity groin rolling is never the funnest one. But again, we're going to sit on the foam roller, kind of like a fire hydrant, if you will. Put that leg over it. It's a good analogy, I guess. And again, I'm going to move that hip up and down, in and out. I'm going down just to the base of the knee and up into the hip. Good. Again, when you find kind of one of those hot spots, just kind of move in and out. Good. And switch legs. Again, I'm going to move a little bit quicker just because of the limit on the video. I'm going to work for about another 5 minutes or so. And again, just kind of up and down, in and out. Kind of readjust the foam roller so it's kind of pointing in different directions. Move that hip around. Straighten the leg. Bend the leg. Good. Whew. That's tight. Good stuff. All right. Woo. All right, from there we're going to just cruise up into the upper body. We're going to do just a couple of the most basic ones that we want to see. We don't want to roll the low back, okay? Maybe rolling side to side, doing a little bit of scrubbing is okay. But we don't want to feel like we're overextending and rolling that foam roller deep into the spine. Be careful with that. Feet nice and close to your butt. That's going to give you a good bridge position. We're going to work into the upper back. So arm across your chest. Again, just digging in a little bit. Side to side. Good. Maybe press your arms up towards the ceiling. Again, that's going to round the back. You might feel the muscles pop out a little bit. And then again, just kind of isolating up one side of the spine and then the other. So again, it's okay. You have two muscles that run all the way down your back, your paraspinals, that are going to protect your actual spine as you're doing this. It's okay to put some pressure on the spine and the bones itself. You just don't, again, want to feel pain. If it's painful, back off. Stick on rolling kind of side to side. So a little more on my right side, a little more on my left. But you can work up and down the back, and your spine will be okay. You might even feel a couple little small pops or cavitations, which is fine. Good. Had a couple there. Feel good. And again, just kind of moving the shoulders around. From there, I'm going to go onto my side. Again, just kind of under the armpit. Man, these Christmas lights worked out well. Good, and then in and out. Again, I'm more towards the shoulder blade than I am towards the armpit, but I'm not all the way back on the shoulder blade. Again, I'm going to flex the arm, extend it, and then here's a fun one. I'm going to internally rotate, and then externally rotate. And again, the external rotation is really good to work on for the overhead movements. Push press, we did a lot of today. Overhead squat, snatches, clean jerks. I mean, we can go through a whole list of exercises, but the goal is that we're getting some external rotation. So squeeze those shoulders back a little bit and try to work under that armpit. Cool. And then scrubbing side to side. And then perfect. Try it on the other side. Again, just kind of up and down. Feel out that armpit and shoulder blade together. Kind of work in and out. Good. Again, feel tighter spots and just kind of dig in a little bit there. That's perfect. Good. Internal and external rotation. Again, the external rotation is something we want to work on. Again, find one of those nice hot spots. Again, you can kind of rock your body, move your hips. Good. Flexion, extension of the wrist. All of these little motions make a big difference. All right, guys. So, again, focusing from the top down or bottom up, it's totally up to you. But trying to hit every muscle possible. Calves, inside, outside, tops, back, shoulders, and just getting yourselves moving. Cool. Thanks for hanging out. Hope that helped. Go back, hit some spots that hurt.